Welcome to Diploma Guru CSIT. In this video, we are going to discuss about subnet mask in subnetting. Okay, a subnet mask is nothing but a 32-bit number which is having a sequence of ones followed by a sequence of zeros. Every subnet mask is a 32-bit number. That 32-bit number consisting of in the leftmost side several ones are there. In the rightmost side all the zeros are there. That ones in the subnet mask represents the global network ID part and subnet ID part, and zeros in the subnet mask represents the host ID part. For example, in this diagram, so uh, this is a class C IP address, for example. So the first three octets represents the network ID part, so that is 24 bits, and the remaining 8 bits are generally reserved for host ID in class C types of network. But in this these 2 bits are borrowed for subnet ID and the remaining 6 bits are reserved for host ID. Means, so the subnet in this particular case, the subnet mask is represented with this 24 ones plus these 2 ones. Okay, total 26 bits are represented with 1 and the remaining 6 bits are represented with 0. So that is the subnet mask for this particular case. Okay. Now, here is the default subnet mask. Okay, for class A, the default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0, and for class B, 255.0.255.0.0, and for class C, 255.255.255.0. So here, the in the network ID part, we are choosing all ones in the respective octant. Okay, for class A, first octant represents the network part and the remaining three represent the host part. Okay, so that's why we are keeping the host ID part all zeros and in the network ID part all ones. So we get this 255. In the class B case, the network ID represents the first two octants. So that's why all the bits in the first octant and second octants are represented with ones. So all ones in a octant equivalent to decimal value is 255. Okay, so that's why 255.255.0.0. For class C, first three represent the network ID part. So that's why all are set to 1. So it is equals to 255.255.255.0. Okay. And the main use of this subnet mask is, so with the help of this subnet mask, we can determine to which subnet the given IP address belongs to. So we are using these subnet masks to identify the subnet for which the given IP address belongs. Okay. So here is the steps to calculate the subnet mask for a given IP. Okay. So uh, in order to calculate the subnet ID part, so first set all the bits reserved for network ID part and subnet ID part to 1. So in the given IP, set all the network ID part and subnet ID part bits to 1s, and the remaining bits that are reserved for host ID part are set to 0. Okay, then that represents the binary equivalent of subnet mask. So you can convert that binary into decimal notation. So that is the required subnet mask for the given IP address. Okay, so for example, here is an example. Find the subnet mask for the given network 200.1.2.0. Okay, so here by seeing this network, we can network ID, so we can clearly say that this IP address belongs to class C, right? So the first octant value is decimal equivalent value is 200. So it is for class C, the range of IP addresses starts from 192 to 223, right? So it is in that range. So this is class C. The default subnet mask for class C, here we discussed 255.255.255.0, right? So the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So directly we can say, or else for class C, the first three octants represent the network ID part and the last octant represents the host ID part. Means in the first three octants are nothing but 24 bits. So set all the network ID part 24 bits to 1 and the host ID part to 0. So this is the binary equivalent of subnet mask. So you can convert this binary equivalent subnet mask into decimal notation. So this is the decimal notation. So it represents the subnet mask for this network ID. Okay. Now in another case, for example, here it is a problem with they are given with the subnet mask, and they are also said that which class this subnet mask belongs to. So we need to identify number of subnets and the number of hosts in each subnet. Okay, so we need to find the number of subnets that are existing in the that given subnet mask and the number of hosts in each subnet. Okay, so in this case, take the given subnet mask, right? So we know that it is a class C subnet, right? It is belongs to class C. For class C, first three octants represent the network ID part. So this represents the network ID part, right? So the remaining octant represents the host ID part. In the subnet mask, so the all ones represent the network ID and host ID, network ID and subnet ID. So here one is there. Okay, so up to this it represents the network ID part, means this one represents the subnet ID, and the remaining zeros represent the host ID. Okay, are you getting the point? Convert the given subnet mask into equivalent binary notation, and for class C, the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So other than these three octants, if there are any ones existing in the remaining octant, identify those ones represent the subnet ID bits. So here total 25 bits contains the value 1 and 7 bit contains the value 0, right? So means the network ID plus subnet ID represents these 25 bits and host ID bit represents the 7 bits, right? So we know that for class C, 24 bits are network ID parts. So 25 minus 1 represents the 1 bit, right? So 25 minus 24 equals to 1. So this 1 represents the subnet ID bit. So with the help of a single bit, we can form two subnets. 2 power 1 is equals to 2. Okay. Now, so in the given subnet mask, so we have two subnets. Okay. Now we need to identify number of hosts in each subnet. So one bit is already borrowed from the host ID part. So remaining 7 bits are there. So with the help of these 7 bits, so we can form 2 power 7 minus 2 number of hosts that can be configured in that particular subnet. Okay, so 2 power 7 minus 2 represents the 126. Okay, so here generally with the help of 7 bits, so 2 power 7 combination of IP addresses are available, but from that we are reducing two IP addresses, means all zeros and all ones, all zeros IP and all ones IP we are reducing. These two are the reserved addresses. Okay, all zeros represent the network ID and all ones represent the direct broadcasting address, sorry, limited broadcasting address. Okay, so by reducing those two IP addresses, so number of IP addresses available for a host, the number of hosts available in that particular subnet is 126. Okay, so with this we can say that in this particular subnet mask we have two subnets and in each subnet we have 126 hosts. Okay, now coming to the third problem. So this is most of the time repeating in the ESET question. Okay, ESET paper. So if a class B network has a subnet mask 255.255.248.0, so what is the maximum number of hosts per subnet? So they are saying that it is a class B IP address. So for class B, the default subnet mask is 255.255.0.0, right? So means for class B, first two octants represent the network ID part and the next two octants represent the host ID part. But here after first two octants, so 248 is there, means so from the third octant they are borrowing some bits for subnet ID purpose. Okay, so the 248 equivalent binary notation is 345, right? 6 7 8, right? So the 248 equivalent binary notation is 5 ones followed by 3 zeros. Okay, means these 5 ones represent the subnet ID part. So the remaining is 8 bits are here in the last octant and 3 bits are here. So 8 plus 3 represents 11. So total 11 bits are available for to represent the host. So with the help of 11, so we can form 2 power 11 combination number of hosts. So that is equals to 2048, right? So 2 power 11 is equals to 2048. So these many number of combinations IP addresses are available, but out of these two IP addresses are reserved, right? So network ID is limited broadcast address, so that is equals to 2046. So 2046 number of IP addresses are available, so this is the answer. Okay, so here several points you need to remember while discussing with the subnetting and the subnet mask. So in a fixed length subnetting, all the subnets are have same size, means they can have same number of hosts in each subnet. So in that case, the subnet mask is same for all the subnets. In case of variable length subnetting, all the subnets do not have the same number of same subnet mask. Okay, they do not have the same subnet mask because they have different sizes in each subnet. Okay, now if the network size is the total number of hosts present in it, so network size represents the total number of hosts present in it. Okay, if a network of same size is always have same subnet mask, so that is the fixed length subnetting. If the networks of different size always have different subnet mask, means so it is a variable length subnetting. In variable length subnetting, we have different size of subnets are there, so they have different subnet mask. For a network having larger size, means if that having larger number of hosts in that particular network, means its subnet mask will be smaller, the sub value is smaller. If for a network having smaller size, its subnet mask will be larger, so larger the number of ones will become more. Okay, so thank you for watching my channel. If you have any kind of query, just send a comment. If you are watching for the first time, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.